Ladies and gentlemen, our prayers to the boxing gods have been answered. All those prayers by our bedsides, dear boxing gods, give us the best versus the best. Give us the champ versus the champ. Those prayers have been answered. December 31st, WBA, IBF, light flyweight champions. Ryoichi Taguchi taking on Milan Melindo. And what shall be our answers? This is the RT Boxing Show. I am your host, Mr.A. And as I said, we got a title unification bout to talk about right in Japan. Should definitely be a banger. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate all the views, the watch time. If you are a new viewer, hope you become a new subscriber. You are pleased with the show, and you continue to tune in. And for those subscribers who are continue to tuning in, sit back and enjoy it like you always have been, because it is that time for a breakdown and prediction. Right, like I said, this is a unification for the light flyweight titles. These two competitors are bringing in the ring with a record of 63-4 with 2 losses, 63-4 with 2 draws, and both those draws belong to Taguchi. And one of them he just got 2 fights ago against Carlos, which was questionable. Could he have lost it, or did he come on strong in the late night rounds to get a draw? Now Taguchi is 26-2 with 2 draws, 12 KOs, coming with a 40% KO ratio. Now he has 204 collective rounds in his career at the age of 31, so he's in that prime age where we all assume it's boxing prime age. His height, 5'5" and a half. That's what it says, so that 5 foot 5.5 inches tall. Let's throw myself off there. And he's 67.5-inch reach. Now those attributes right there, the reach and the height, he has over the IBF champion Milan. Now Milan is 37-2 with a whole over 80 rounds in ring experience. Total of 288 rounds to 204. So if you guys believe ring experience does matter, you would think with over those 80 rounds, he should find out a way how to perhaps surpass the 3-inch height, which because he's coming in at 5'2". Taguchi's 5'5.5". A 65.5-inch reach to a 67.5-inch reach. With those over 80 plus extra rounds of experience, with those 5 inches total attributes matter. Some will say yes. Some will believe that his ring experience of the 80 plus rounds should not notify that. Now he's coming in at age 29, 31, right in their prime years, So like I said, this is 108 pounds light flyweight unification bout. Milan, IBF, WBA belongs to Taguchi. Now, their past 2 fights, Taguchi, like I said, 2 fights ago, he fought Carlos with a possible draw, and then bounced back. He stopped Roberto Barrera in the 9th round. And like I said, the show just started, and I'm just affiliating myself with this weight class. But what I have seen is Robert Barrera is a game competitor. He's on. If you're not on your P's and Q's that night, he will beat you. So he stopped him. So Robert Barrera, he sleeps in like the 5 to 7th ranks in all sanctioned bodies. So he's a competitor. And in Milan's last 2 fights ago, he stopped the champion, Akira, in the first round, knocked him down 3 times. It looked like Akira wasn't even prepared for this power or nothing. He just like boom and just first knockdown just froze him, and just from there we just kept going downhill. And his second fight after that, well, his first title defense was against the South African Akili Butler. Questionable, questionable. Hometown cooking, or did he get enough rounds here and there? But the IBF already mandated a rematch for Butler. So if Taguchi walks away with his WBA and the new IBF, the IBF future is a mandated shot with Akili Butler. Now that is their pass. That's the IBF belt future, and that is the past 2 fights for these opponents. Now their future bout with each other, the breakdown, right here on RT Boxing. That's what we're going to talk about right now. Right now. Please hit that thumbs up. Subscribe if you're a new viewer. Hopefully you're entertained by the show and continue to tune in. Now, feet and leg wise, I don't believe you're going to see any mass amount of ring generalship. I shouldn't say ring generalship like that. I would just say lateral movement, tracing the ropes type movement. You're not going to see sugar feet like we just saw on Billy Joe Sanders. You won't see great boxing skills like that. Or you won't see great footwork like that. Now, I don't want to say boxing skills. These 2 guys can box. You won't see great footwork like that. Taguchi is about 90% does his work in front of you. He will backpedal once in a while to catch his breath, skate around the ring, but not too well. But mainly he's in and out in front of you with proper steps, get him in the proper position to punch, and he'll go side to side, but catch a little punches on his high guard. But his footwork is just get himself in the proper position with his next punch. And he doesn't get too much power with his legs. Whereas I feel Milan, he's actually backwards. He gets power from his legs, but his footwork ain't all there. And to me, it tends to lead him to either punching short because his footwork ain't properly, or he just, not only does he punch short, he like over lunges with his hooks, and he'll like swing himself through. He won't just stop there. He'll swing himself all the way through the target with a miss. So with the feet and legs like that, I don't see Taguchi off target too much. So I'm going to give the feet and legs to a slight percentage to Taguchi. Whereas defensively, these guys are going to get hit. That's why this fight is going to be a tremendous fight, I believe. These guys do all their about 90% of their work in front of you. Taguchi, he's a slip puncher, high guard, and to me his offensive flurries is his probably best defense. Where Milan, he slips punches, but he's a counter puncher or punch with you type guy. So when you throw, he's going to catch it, bow, throw right with you. Like that. And to me, in close quarter battles where Taguchi likes to fight, I don't know why, considering he's usually a longer reach and a little taller than his opponents. But he likes to fight inside. He's one of those tall fighters like Robert Easter who likes to get in there and bang. They both get hit. But Taguchi throws in flurries like Amir Khan, but he throws a lot of body flurries, so he can get hit up here. And that's why I'm going to lean with defensively to Milan. I think he can slip punches or roll punches a little better and counter back off the rolls. Because they both just high guard eat punches sometimes. Now, speaking of him, Milan slipping and rolling and countering, it leads right into their offense. Taguchi is not much of a counter or a roll puncher. It's more of a you go I go type fighter, whereas Milan, he's gotten better over his career. As I said, he used to be that type of Yugo fighter, but he seemed to have developed or adapted to. He's great at throwing right with you. So as soon as you hit, like you throw a jab, boom, a hard hook is coming over your jab. You throw a hook, something's coming to your body. He's good at throwing with you. And then for jabs, Taguchi to me has a better jab, but Milan has a jab, but it's only if he's off timing you. And he'll throw just one punch, it's a good jab. But just to throw a jab, nah, his normal jab is just a jab and to hook himself in. While Taguchi's a jab and he starts working off it. He'll jab 1 2 1 2 1 2 and then work. Milan's a heavy hooker, where to me Taguchi's a 1-2er and a pressure. He gets inside and just starts pressuring you with some little body flurries, some head flurries. Now, that being the breakdown of the bout December 31st in Tokyo, the unification bout, the light flyweight bout, the IBF taking on the WBA, the best versus the best, champ versus champ. What we asked for, we get it. So let's cover it. Let's give it the due that these fighters deserve. My prediction, me, Mr. A, on the RT Boxing Show. Once again, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for your support. If you are a new viewer, hope you help the show grow. Become a new subscriber. Thumbs up the video. Let's get this show to the world. Let's give these two fighters the respect they deserve. And we talk boxing right here on this show. This is Ready Talk Boxing with Mr. A. And my prediction is, and still, yes, and still, IBF champ and new WBA champ, Milan Melindo. I think he hits too hard. Taguchi likes to fight inside. I don't know why. If he sticks on the outside and box him, it's a clear victory for him. But I got a feeling he's going to go inside and fight, do his little flurries and all that stuff. Like I said, and Milan is great at throwing with you. And during all those little flurries, Milan's going to throw with him, hit him with enough power shots, and he's going to do what he has to do. He's going to have to knock him out to win in Japan. It's hard to win in Japan. It is. Unless you brutally win. But I think he's going to knock Taguchi out in the 10th round. This is RT Boxing Show. I'm your host, Mr. A. Thank you for tuning in. And tune in for the next show.